Hey there, it is a wonderful Monday and I wanted to share some great news that I have. I have been contracted to do leadership and work with resident students in one of the top pharmacy schools in the country, right here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So that's really exciting. I'm not in Chapel Hill, but that's where I will be speaking, and I've already done my first presentation in June and it went really, really well. So they've decided that they want me to be doing a leadership training to up-level their program. How exciting is that? So I'll be doing it at least quarterly and looking to be doing personal mentoring with the residents as well. So how exciting is that? But I want to share my journey with that because I didn't believe that that would ever come into fruition. I attract clients that surprise me sometimes because I do work with a holistic approach. I'm passionate about empowerment and just coming from a natural way of fueling our body, mind, and spirit. But I often attract a lot of medical professionals who, I don't know why, that's surprised me through the years. But one particular time, I had just written my book, and I was even in my book, it's more of a explaining what I do kind of book. I was talking about the holistic approach and about how the traditional way of doing things, just linear focusing on the problem, doesn't get to the solution, and I was explaining that. But this couple came in with their teenage daughter who was struggling. So I was working with the daughter, and the stepmom was in my waiting room reading my book, and she, after the session, came back and insisted that she wanted to work with me. And she told me she's a pharmacist. And I thought, wow, are you sure? You read my book and you want to work with me? And she did, and we had amazing results. She was at that point in her life where she was at the breakdown before the breakthrough, which I love those clients because we get out of the way a little bit. We don't try to, we're more coachable, let's put it that way. But she had a lot going on in her marriage that had always been going really well. With the daughter having issues, it kind of bled into their relationship. And she was also left her job of 30 years in pharmacy because the place that she was working had closed. So she was in a big transition, and long story short, we worked together. I worked with every one of their family members. I built a lot of bridging and communication, and we worked on career moves. We do all of that, right? And then she gets a job, and she says to me, I really see putting you in as leadership in the residency program here at my new position. And I thought, I get that she loves me, and I get that she's had these amazing experiences, but that seemed so much bigger than me, teaching a residency program for pharmacy students. But I just, instead of in the past where I would just take myself out of the game, I thought, okay, I remember that if something's being brought through me, then it will be brought, if it's brought to me, it'll be brought through me. And I really teach that, and I trust that. So I may not know the answers, but I'm not going to say no. I don't know how that's going to ever happen, but I'm just going to humor it, and I'm just going to keep leaning in and saying, sure, So as the couple of years went by, she would continue to say it. We really need you. You're brilliant. I love your program. And I really see this happening. And I didn't personally see it happening, but I still leaned in and said, sure, if the opportunity arises, I will do it. Well, after the last 2 years of losing my parents and my friend and my 2 dogs and my family kind of having a lot of disruption, a lot changed within me. A lot of the thoughts of caring about what other people think of me started to shift. I started to realize that the message I have to offer is bigger than my personality or worrying about what people think or how I deliver it. So I shifted a little bit. And in that time, when I moved to Asheville, this client continued to come see me in Asheville from Raleigh, which is a 4-hour drive. She came several times. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. And more than one of my clients did that when they could see me on Zoom. So this one time when she came, I had this download, this drop in that I can see it. I can see how I could really make a difference with the residents. It actually came to me, so I shared it with her. And then I was at an event, again, none of this was planned, but I met with her supervisor, not on purpose. We just happened to have connected. And she said, well, what were your thoughts? I heard a lot about you. And I said, I don't remember what I said. But what came to me last night was, and I just shared that. And she said, yes, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And sure enough, they contracted me to meet with the new residents in June, which was amazing. It was amazing. And let me tell you why. Because I thought, oh, I have 2 months to plan this. I've met with them, I've taken all these notes, and I can plan this perfect presentation. And every time I do that, universe just shows me another way to move over and get out of the way. And that's one of the biggest thing I teach, right? But it's a process. So I had this period of time left after being distracted with being with my daughter and my grandson and spending time in Raleigh. And I had about a week to 10 days to put together this presentation. And literally the day I moved into this new apartment, my identity got stolen. I mean, every area of my life. It attacked every single area of my life. All my accounts, everything, everywhere I turned around, my things were being changed before my eyes. I was getting emails, and then my email, they took my phone number, literally my phone number of 25 years and ported it out. So my life just turned completely upside down, and I felt like I was, chasing a big boulder down a hill. So now I had no time to prepare. And this is a big, big opportunity that took 4 to 5 years for it to come into fruition. So I meet with them on Tuesday, and the presentation's on Thursday, and I explain that my identity's been stolen and I've been scrambling, and they said, well, you know what, let's just let you out of it. We'll fill that 2 hours. We got this. And I said, no, absolutely not. No, it took this time to get here. And again, I had to remind myself, which this is hard to do, but if I am being brought to it, I will be brought through it. No, I will do this. And as soon as I said that, the download came in. The breakdown before the breakthrough. That's what you do best. That's where these students are. They just graduated from their doctorate. Most of them are leaving their home for the first time or leaving their home state to come to this residency, to be put in a situation where they're dealing with people's lives, where they're literally practicing with people's lives. And they're going to experience a lot of breakdown and challenges and questions and they're going to not know how to manage that energy, which is what I love to teach. So without any preparation, it came through, and this is how I'm doing these videos, is I'm moving out of the way because my mind takes me out of the game. It makes me worry about things that are not worth putting into my work, right? I'm here to share. I'm here to help empower. And so when I did this presentation, I spoke about my experience, the breakdown before the breakthrough, and then how I get through, how I work through fear every day, how I help to lift myself back up, how to differentiate between investing my energy from something as simple as blame versus taking accountability. Totally different energies. Totally different. One empowers you and one brings you down and depletes you. So I was just so excited. I'm so excited. So I had a meeting the other day, and they contracted me for a minimum of 4 times a year, and then eventually building into their program and partnering with their program so they can up level as a school. That is such a blessing. It's such a blessing, and I got such great feedback. I had so much fun with the students. Because it was playful, right? I'm enthusiastic, I'm playful. I talk about energy. I'm not going to preach. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you physically how it works, how our thoughts can weaken our body or strengthen and empower us, how what we put in our body is going to either invest in building us up or draining us, right? That's why I'm also doing a detox. That's why I bring people through that, because it's not all about food. It's not all about that. It's not about deprivation. It's about filling ourselves with the things that make us feel good. So I'm so excited. I just wanted to share. I hope you enjoyed this. Have an amazing day. Mwah.